Bikes and products can cost a small fortune these days. So today I'll share 10 fantastic but much lower priced products that I've been using over the last few years and which I highly recommend. I'll put links down below if you want to check out the products in detail. So let's dive right in with a set of pedals. The Shimano SPD SL 550. These retail for about £50 here in the UK right now. And over the years, I've been a real Shimano fan because they're easy to use, they're reliable, just a no-brainer choice really. These have a resin plastic body and a replaceable metal strip along the center of the body. You can adjust the amount of tension with a small Allen key at the back there, and the bearings in these last for blimmin' ages, and even when they're past their best, they still work as well, and they are easy to service if you need to. So fairly bomb-proof. You get cleats in the box as well, super easy to set up. And if you're new to cycling, Shimano SPD SL pedals are an easy choice. Good range of float, easy to set up, and they're just reliable really, and lots of people use them, both pros and amateurs alike. So they're not a super lightweight though. That's the price you pay for that 50 quid retail ticket price. But if you want less weight, they do these in Ultegra and Durate with carbon fiber and titanium axles, which will cost you a lot more money, but essentially the actual performance when you're clipped in is the same. So unless you're a weight weenie, these are a good pick. Next up, a pair of super lightweight TPU inner tubes for your bike. These have become all the rage over the last few years. They save a bunch of weight over a boot-tail inner tube, and are great for packing in your saddlebag because they're really small and don't take up much space. But they can be expensive. But I'm tight and I bought these on Amazon and they are £25 for a pair. And this is how they look. Kind of funky colour. They're all different colours, see-through, orange and so on. These are kind of cool in having a metal valve. They're usually plastic and that makes it easier to thread a pump onto when you're inflating them, and does give a bit more reassurance in their reliability. You get different valve lengths for deep session wheels as well. The longer ones are a bit heavier, of course. And I've been using a pair of these in my CAD 12 disc rebuild for the last few months, and they've been absolutely fine, all peachy, no issues at all. No major air loss from one day to the next. Touch wood, no punches so far. So a super easy way to save a bit of weight on your road bike. And there are studies that show the rolling resistance is as good as latex and tubeless as well. So you will get some small benefits, some marginal gains if you're into that as well. And the other nice thing about these inner tubes, if you're loading up your saddlebag for a long distance ride, you can get two of these in the space of a regular inner tube. So save weight and space in the saddlebag. So good essentials item for sure. So I'll put links to those down below. Definitely a high recommendation from me for sure. Next up is a WTB Gravelier saddle, which was launched last year and designed for gravel cycling, but I'm not really sure how it's designed for gravel, but I've been using it on my gravel bike and my road bike for the last few months and been really impressed. I've actually always liked the US company saddles. I found the comfort and the value for money pretty good. And these with a chromoly rails, not the carbon I have here, cost just £50. So a pretty affordable saddle, doesn't break the bank. You get good performance and good comfort, at least in my experience. Nice sort of broad shape, a bit of scoop up to the back there, a pressure relieving channel in the middle, slightly dipped nose as well, quite a short shape but not super stubby, and a really easy to recommend saddle. I know saddle fit is a personal one, but I found this to be a good saddle compared to all the other saddles I reviewed over the last few years. And £50 for the entry-level model is pretty good. Not much of fault really at all. And if you are a weight weenie, they do a version, as I have here, with carbon rails. But to be honest, I would avoid the carbon and go for chromoly unless you're a weight weenie. So definitely a top saddle, that one, £50. Next up is a multi-tool, which I love. I love a good quality multi-tool, both for working on a bike at home, but more importantly, out on rides, whether road riding, mountain biking, put it in your jersey pocket, saddlebag, bike packing bags. And this one from PNW is super compact, really small and very lightweight, called the Pebble. It has most essential tools you really need apart from a chain breaker, but fingers crossed, the amount of times a chain breaks on a ride is pretty rare, so hopefully you won't need one. But my favourite detail on this by far is the inclusion of a Dynaplug tubeless repair kit there, which I don't think I've seen on a multi-tool before. So all it does is save having a multi-tool and a Dynaplug, which is my favourite tubeless repair kit by far, in your kit. You can leave that at home and just have this, because it's there, ready to go. So comes in 4 colours, looks pretty smart and doesn't cost a fortune. So pretty neat multi-tool for sure. Right, sticking with tools for a minute is this, the Lezyne Torque Drive. When you're doing more complex jobs on your bike at home, it's good to have a torque wrench because most bolts on a bike have a torque setting. So it's good to know what you're actually tightening that bolt to, and that's where the tool comes into use. You can spend a lot of money on a torque wrench if you really want to, but for the occasional home mechanic, I think it's just perfect. So you have all the tool bits you need for most jobs on a bike, and it's very easy to use. So essentially you have 2 parts like that, and you quickly assemble them into a T-bar, and then you simply select the tool bit you need. Say T25, that's quite a popular one with SRAM. Put that in the end, little magnet to hold it in place so it doesn't fall out, and you have your torque settings along the side, and you simply do the bolt up until that moves around to the desired torque, 2, 4, 6, 8, whatever it is. So very simple, not the most accurate compared to much more expensive high-tech torque wrenches, but for the occasional home mechanic, it gets you much closer to the actual torque setting than doing it up and guessing how tight that bolt is. It retails for £50, but I've seen it on sale for £40. So £40 for a nice entry-level torque wrench, I think that's a good choice for sure. Next up is a mudguard, the Art Saver Win Wing. We've had one of the wettest winters and spring here in the UK, so I'll be using mudguards a lot. But not all bikes have mudguard mounts, whether road bikes or gravel bikes, and that's where this one comes into use. It clips onto the seat stays of the frame with these straps and goes on in seconds, and also comes off in seconds as well. You adjust the height so it's nice and close to the wheel, adjust the angle as well to get it just right. Got the small tail at the back, and it offers really good protection from all the water and mud that sprays up off the back wheel onto your bum and your back. It's not so good for the person behind you because there's not much protection for the lower part of the wheel, but if you ride on your own solo a lot like I do, then it doesn't matter about the person behind you because there isn't one. So super easy to fit to a bike, designed for gravel but goes on a road bike just fine as well. Comes in different colours, nice plain black, super lightweight as well. It's not flimsy, it looks flimsy, but it stays on the bike and doesn't move around, doesn't rattle or squeak like mudguards can do. So to keep you a bit dry, then that is a really easy recommendation, and about 20 quid I've seen it on offer for, so very cheap, but very, very good indeed. Right, next up is a tyre. Now, rubber can cost a lot of money for a modern high-end road bike these days, but the Vittoria Corsa Next, which I've been testing and running for the last year to 18 months, is a good choice. I've seen them on offer for about £44, probably a bit less if you shop around, so pretty reasonable for a high quality tyre. And what I really like about these tyres and why I'm happy to recommend them is the combination of speed and low rolling resistance, good durability, they last for ages, and good puncture protection, and are good in the wet as well. Now, if you go on the Bicycle Rolling Resistance website, they give away about 4 watts to a class leading Continental GP 5000. So not the outright fastest if you care about that above all other things, but what they give back in return for that slightly higher rolling resistance is superb reliability and a much longer life than other high quality but faster tyres. If you're racing, probably not the best choice, but if you're riding for fun, enjoyment, and you want a fast tyre, but you want a tyre that will last and look after you and won't let you down, then I think these are a good recommendation indeed. And they fit onto any rim really easily, hookless as they are here, easy installation, just a track pump, no issues at all, good air retention, and they go on a hooked rim if you prefer as well. These are tubers only, come in different widths, these are 28, a good recommendation, and for just over £40, a high quality tyre you can't go wrong with. I love cycling socks, and especially white ones. You can wear normal socks when you are cycling, but I prefer proper cycling socks made from technical materials that keep you dry, better breathability in hot conditions as well. Reinforced around the toe and heel so they last longer and they look good too, especially in white. They come in black and other colours, but white is best when it's not raining and muddy, of course. These are a good length, not too long but not too short, an 18cm design. And I've been using Castelli for the last few years and they are a good quality sock. They're durable, they last for ages, easy to wash as well. And yeah, really easy recommendation. Not the cheapest socks in the world, but definitely worth a bit more money if you care about the kit you're wearing, and especially the socks you're wearing when you go for a bike ride. These are the new Sida Prima road cycling shoes, and yes, they're not super cheap, but they're a lot cheaper than the £300 or £400 you can spend on a top-end shoe from Sida or Specialized or whoever you buy your shoes from, wherever your brand loyalty is. These are a new design and I've been really impressed and really liking the performance they offer. Great for the enthusiasts, casual racing cyclist. So plenty of stiffness from the sole, not as stiff as a top-end Sida with a full carbon fibre sole, but the bit of flex they do exhibit is good for longer distance rides, sportives and grand fondos, where the comfort from that bit of flex is actually a good thing. Don't give you sore feet on a long ride when you're really pushing hard on the pedals. I like the fact the heel bumper is replaceable if that wears out as well. And the upper is a lovely smooth material. Different colours are available if you don't like white. Perforated for ventilation to keep you cool in hot weather. And a combination of a rotary dial, which is very easy to use indeed, and a Velcro strap. And it seems that Velcro is coming back in fashion after going out of fashion 5-10 years ago due to dials like these and ones from Boa. But these do work really well. Good closure along the top of the foot. You can adjust the tension, the amount of pressure on the top of your foot really well, and the support from the heel cup is really good too. I've been really impressed with the performance. Like I said, not as stiff as a top-end racing shoe, but if you're not racing, the stiffness is more than adequate, and that bit of flex is actually a good thing when you're riding a long distance over rough terrain and with big hills. I think it looks smart, fantastic in white, other colours are available, and the Velcro rotary dial combination does work really well indeed. So, like I say, not the cheapest product in the world, but if you want a good quality product from a well-known shoe brand, then that's definitely a good pick. Really impressed with those indeed. And lastly, Shimano's 105 mechanical 12-speed group set. I reviewed this a few months ago, link to it down below and up above. And yes, electronic gears are fantastic and work really nicely, but are they actually better than mechanical shifting? They don't make you faster, they're different, not better, and mechanical definitely has its pros over electronic shifting. No batteries to go flat, no motors to go kaplunk, just a cable to look after, so very low maintenance, very easy reliability, great ergonomics, great shifting performance, good lightweight package as well, and cheaper than any electronic group set. So if you're buying or upgrading your road bike with a new group set, then I definitely recommend it. And if you're buying a new bike, you're in the market for a new road bike, it's definitely worth looking at the options from bike brands, manufacturers that are offering a bike with 12-speed mechanical 105. Definitely a good group set, and in the all black look, it looks like Dual Race from a distance, so it definitely has a premium look. So definitely a hot product to recommend at a price that's way lower than all the electronic group sets on the market right now. So those are my top product recommendations at a much lower price. Let me know what products you rate by leaving a comment down below. I'll put links to all these products in the description down below as well. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon. Thank you so much for watching.